What is up, bros and hoes? It's Ashley Optic MiDNiTE, and today it's my birthday. It's not my birthday, it's my channel's birthday. It's my channel's cake day, okay? I made this YouTube channel on March 5th of 2010. I know, I don't think I posted my very first video until like about a month later, but this was when I, started it. This is when I got into YouTube, and so I thought, instead of just making a normal video where I'm like, thank you guys so much, like I am thankful, don't get me wrong, I am super thankful, but I didn't want to make a repetitive video. I just thought I'd answer your guys' questions that you might have about YouTube. So I went to Twitter, and you guys hit me with some really good questions, so let's get into them. Only Use Me Blade ironically asked, who are your favorites when you started, and congrats on 6 years, thank you. Ironically, I say this because Only Use Me Blade was one of the people I first started watching on YouTube. I found out about gaming YouTube videos. I was looking, I think Modern Warfare 2 was about to come out like at the end of 2009, and I was looking, searching on the internet and Google for gameplay because I really wanted to see it, and someone had it early. I think Sandy Ravage had it earlier, and he was posting videos of it earlier, and I was like, oh my god. So I started watching him, and then just kind of like once the game came out, all these other YouTubers were posting videos about it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing because like they were just telling stories or talking about whatever over one of my favorite games. So that's kind of what got me into it. So Sandy Ravage, Only Use Me Blade, Hutch. Shortly, I think right around the time I created my channel in 2010, I actually found Optic. I found the Optic Nation channel. I found Hex's channel. I thought Hex had some of the coolest videos because he was doing commentaries over sniper gameplay, which was one of my favorite things. Lorcan asks, how did you deal with little views and subscribers when you were starting off YouTube and keep motivation to keep going? Now, I started YouTube because a lot of my online friends, I guess, at the time were just like, hey, you're really good. You should post videos if you're talking about all these other people. And like we would link each other like Optic videos or link each other like commentaries and stuff. And I was like, I want to do that. And they were like, you should, And so as far as like small views and subscribers, I just did content that I liked, that I, thought was cool. Some of my very first Modern Warfare 2 videos are me reviewing the map packs that had just come out, and so that got me a little bit of viewers. And then also I would, if I was playing online and people were like, damn, you're pretty good for a girl, I'd be like, hey, check out my YouTube. So yeah, I didn't really think about the numbers too much, so I had a lot of friends supporting me, and I just had fun with it, and that's the number one thing that you should do. I know it's corny, but it is the number one thing. Have fun with it. Miguel asks, at what point did you decide to quit your day job and fully switch over to making a living off of gaming? So this was hard for me. The point that I started making enough money to actually pay my own bills was after I started live streaming, because it essentially doubled my income. It got sponsors' attention. It got obviously ad revenue from Twitch, and also donations and subscriptions to the channel. Helped me a lot, and I don't know, it didn't really help me take my focus off of YouTube, but it kind of did. Like I've kind of been doing this balancing act ever since then too, because I like to stream a lot and I like to make YouTube videos. And so what point did I realize though was probably after that point I started saying, oh my gosh, I'm actually making more, I'm finally not just breaking even anymore on my bills. And I was living with my mom at the time, and I had sat down with her about a year before that point, and I said, Mom, please just give me a year to do this stuff. I showed her everything, so she knew it was real. And I said, I just need like some time. If you just give me a small amount of time and let me see if this works. If it doesn't, I'll go get a full-time job, go back to school, whatever I need to do, I will do it, but let me just try this. And she agreed. She said, yeah, just pay me a little bit of rent every month and you can do that. And so I'm like, cool. So without my mom doing that, I don't think I would be here. So thank you, Mom. Shout out to you, Mom. But yeah, that really kind of made me take it more seriously as well, because I wasn't really taking it seriously. I know that makes me sound like, well, you were only taking it seriously once you were trying to make a lot of money on it. Like, it wasn't like that. I just saw like the opportunity. I saw that this thing has no ceiling, and I should try to take advantage of that, obviously, and I'm having fun with it, so why not? Justin asks, what do you regret most so far about YouTube? Probably this kind of ties into my most recent answer. I wish I would have started taking it more seriously sooner. I kind of just did it for the lulz for a long time, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like my content would have evolved a lot better over time if I had started taking it more seriously and putting more effort into it. Sneaky ass, did you think you would do YouTube for this long? Absolutely not. I mean, when I started, there was no money involved at all. I didn't have any idea of what was all to unfold, and I didn't know that I would get an Optic, and then all this stuff would happen, and like just everything that's kind of happened has been this crazy domino effect that nobody can predict that. That's the great thing about the internet. Nobody can really predict this whole wild west feel that it has, and it's just kind of evolving, and we're evolving with it. Carolyn asks, do you ever go back and watch old vids of yours? P.S. One of my favorite vids is when you face Scump online in Black Ops 2. That is one of my most viewed videos. It's absolutely crazy. It was especially funny because it was just so random. I just randomly got matched up against him in League play, which it just was a funny video. But anyway, do I ever go back and watch old ones? Not really, not too much. Sometimes I like to watch small clips, or I'll remember like, oh yeah, video. But sometimes I'll randomly go back and I'm listening to the video, and this does kind of tie in again to the last question. I'm like, oh my god, I'm just saying the F word every other sentence, and I'm just like not articulating myself in a positive way, or just like I'm not getting to the point. You know, I look back at my old videos and I'm like, man, my videos have gotten so much better, and I think it'd be kind of lame if they didn't. Like, what if they didn't get better? Or at least in my opinion, I've gotten better at them. So do I watch them that much? No, but sometimes when I want the nostalgia to just kick me right in the throat, I will. Just VS, which year out of the 6 was your best and favorite? I'd say the most, I don't know, it's hard to say. Probably either Black Ops 2 was the time I had the most fun, just because I was doing a lot of like I played the game a lot. I was doing like little montages and stuff. I really like doing that. But I know it's cliche, but right now is my favorite time. I know that's super cliche, but Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite Call of Duties that's been released recently. Especially if you look before it was released, like the Black Ops 3 beta, posting videos about it, live streaming is the most success I've seen with doing this stuff. And so not just the best in terms of growth, but that's right now as well, but just this is my favorite time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing the most. I'm trying to create the best things that I can create, and that is what makes me happy. Amanda asks, what's the biggest difference when comparing the community when you started and the community today? The community when I started is really interesting to look back on, because this is when it was all starting. Like, there was barely a high definition capture card on the market, and it was a pretty spendy one too, so most people didn't have it. And then also there was no money involved. I'm not saying that money changed everything, but money helped everything become better, if that makes sense. So the content when I started was just, I don't know, it's hard to say. It was just for the funsies, or just for the lulz, I guess. Like, it just seemed like back then it was like people uploaded whatever, whereas nowadays especially, you have people who are taking it really serious, trying to get the best editing, the best everything, and making the content the best. So I think that it became more competitive, I guess. Not that YouTubers are competing against each other, but just that like everyone's trying to put their best foot forward, whereas back in the day it was so new and exciting that no one really, there was no plan, there was no like, oh yeah, if you want to get big you got to do this. Like, there was none of that. It was just, I'm just gonna upload this today, I'm gonna talk about that one, you know. It's just crazy how the community has changed. And if you're speaking in terms of not content creation, in terms of the comment section community, it hasn't changed that much. People just still write crazy stuff in comments. Justin asks, what is the hardest part about being self-employed for you? Can I answer taxes? I can't? Okay, I'm gonna have to say this is something I've been struggling a little bit with recently, is just being creative or trying to think of the best way to do something, because not that it's oversaturated, but there's just so many people doing it, and I've been doing this for so long, right? Like, how many videos can you make about Call of Duty? And so the biggest part for me is just being my own boss and saying, hey, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, get up, get your video done, do this, you know. There's no like, I don't go somewhere, clock in for 8 hours and leave, and then I don't even have to think about it. Like, I'm constantly thinking about YouTube streaming. It's almost like just always on my mind of like, oh, I could make this a video, or oh, if I did this, it recorded this and put this, you know. It's just, I'm always trying to think of new ideas. It's the best part and the hardest part. It definitely, for sure. I love what I do though, and it's really helped me grow as a person and just become more creative as a person too, which is awesome. Daniel Cross, at what moment did you realize that YouTube wasn't just a hobby? Was it a sudden change or gradual? So this kind of ties into the whole quitting my job thing earlier, but this definitely became not a hobby when I realized that this was something I could take really seriously, when I started getting invited by like these gaming companies or publishers to events to record, and it was like, oh, like, yeah, this is really fun and cool, but like these people are expecting me to be professional about it and try to bring out some good content revolving something that I'm already going to bring out anyway, right? So the change was gradual, I guess, kind of. I mean, it took a while, and then once I realized, hey, you know, this is like a legit thing. I go to events, I could go to all these opportunities that were popping up, and I was just like, wow, I should probably like take this pretty seriously, and I have been, and I think it's paid off pretty well. I really am enjoying it a lot. But anyways, guys, the gameplay is getting a little long. This video is getting a little long. I think the gameplay is like re-shown itself a couple times. I'm not even sure I'm gonna edit this, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Even if you've only tuned in just this is your first time, this is your second time, this is your 230th time, like whatever amount of times you've clicked on my channel, came and checked out my videos, I really sincerely appreciate it. Without people giving feedback in the comments and just enjoying what I'm doing, this would not be possible. Like, I would be doing whatever else I would be doing. And so I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my soul into yours. I appreciate you tuning in and being just a part of what I'm doing here, my little slice of the internet. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to smack up the video with a like. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with a new video. Subscribe in case you're not already, and I'll see you guys then.